Welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're going to be doing a semi-abstract painting challenge. So I'm going to set myself a timer of 15 minutes to try and see what we can get done in a short amount of time. So for supplies I have a canvas board, and then for colours I have titanium white, I have crimson red, primary yellow, Prussian blue and ultramarine blue. Then I've also got a jar of water, a spray bottle, and for brushes I have a wide flat brush, a long flat brush and also a small filbert brush. Also going to need a rag and towel. I'm going to start off by spraying down my canvas board. Now if you're using a canvas you can also spray it down. I wouldn't recommend doing this on canvas paper because it won't be able to handle that much water. And then I'm going to grab my long flat brush, and with that I'm going to mix some yellow into the crimson red, and this is to create an orange color. Now once I have that orange color I'm going to so timer has been set. We are now on the clock, so we have got to move quickly. And then I'm going to quickly rinse that off and basically go straight in with the yellow. Okay, kind of do, okay, like that, that's good. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of white as well, and I'm just going to add that right at the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to mix in the Prussian blue. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take my brush and remove any excess water. I'm going to go in with that primary yellow and Prussian blue, and I'm going to mix in a really dark green. And I'm going to do this absolutely everywhere. Don't really have time to make sure it's mixed properly, which I like because I do like when you can see kind of multiple colors at once. So I'm just going in. Oh, the sunshine's come out. Okay, gotta continue. So I'm just gonna keep adding these, and then I'm gonna go in with the primary yellow and the ultramarine green, and this is going to be to get a lighter green. Okay, now I kind of like how messy that looks, so I don't think I'm going to try and blend that in. I quite like the overall messiness of it. I think it definitely adds some character, so that's great. That works in my favor because now I don't have to worry about mixing that in. I'm just going to grab some of the blue as well and just kind of do these strokes so we kind of get the impression of this landscape. And now I'm going to go in, I'm going to clean off my brush. Now with my flat brush I'm going to go in and blend my sky. Add a little bit more of that orange, just to make the sky a little bit more opaque. And then I'm going to go back in with the brush. Okay, so just keep trying to get a nice soft blend, and then I'm going to dry it off the brush. I'm going to go down to the sky, just kind of going backwards and forwards. Okay, drying that off, and now I'm going to go where the green is, and I'm just going to blend that very gently, and that's it. I'm going to stop right there before it gets messy. Go back in with my lighter green and kind of just bring those little pieces to kind of bring it all together. Okay, now we have that, we're going to move straight into the flowers. So I'm going to swap over to the filbert brush now, and I'm just going to start by just dabbing some tiny little white dots. I'm also going to maybe even do some this is too much flicks. Okay. If you can hear any noise, that is construction that is happening outside. I cannot help that at the moment. I'm going to actually go back to my long brush. I'm just going to kind of try to do smaller dabs. Just see, we don't have a lot of time, but I kind of want to just do a more loose and fun kind of landscape. So I thought it would be great if I could add that timer in, so we definitely feel more limited in color, and also just the ability to think. When you're under pressure, you don't really think as much. You're more just focused on actually doing rather than thinking. And a lot of times when people paint abstract, they're stuck in the thinking phase rather than the painting phase. So I thought a timer would be great to get me just out of my head and into my creativity. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm happy with how this looks. I might add a little bit of yellow into there just to kind of not make it all so one colored. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow just to bring down you can go over where you went with the white as well. Okay, now go in with my filbert brush, and I'm going to start kind of painting some flowers that are larger, and I kind of just want like these flowers are kind of stood up. Obviously it's blending in a little bit with the actual paint, but that's okay. We don't have the time to wait for the paint to dry, so I have to kind of just go with it. And I'm going to do some flowers that look like this. And I'm going to do flowers that look like that. Like we've kind of got the background, and then we want the other flowers to kind of stand out more. So we want these larger flowers, which is why it's great to have that really smooth sky, because you can kind of get away with doing the flowers over them and they can kind of stand out. And kind of do smaller ones as well, so just to kind of fill up the space. I'm going to grab white. I don't know how much time we have left, and I would love to finish these flowers. So I'm going to grab and just do a few more little ones. Like so, and do some at the top as well. And okay, then I'm going to quickly sprinkle some white whilst we are here. I'm going to do that over the sky and a little bit at the bottom as well. Then I'm going to do the same with the yellow, but I'm going to only do that on the bottom. Okay, I am happy with that. I'm going to go in now with some yellow and white and actually blob in. I'm going to blob in. Okay, I don't know how many minutes we've got left. I'm going to just kind of do, I don't want it to be perfect, I just want it to be at least finishing off the flower. So as long as it's finished and complete, I'm happy with that. So this one can have a little one. Okay, so I think we can kind of do these like little, maybe 2-leaf ones. Okay, right, I'm going to stop before I get carried away, and let's move on to the stems. So I'm going to go for lighter green stems, so they actually stand out against the, okay, and we're going to kind of just start by dragging that down, adding yellow. I don't want the stems to be perfect. I kind of just want them to be a bit squiggly, a bit wiggly. I'm okay with that. I really don't mind messy stems. Okay, here we go. This one is going to go there. That one is going to go over the top. All right, more yellow. This one here. And then we've also got the little ones to do as well. So I might grab, just kind of do these more. And then even the kind of the little buttercups as well. You just kind of give everything its place. Okay, I think anything else. I think we might do some leaves. Yes, let's do some, maybe grab some of this and we can kind of just push the brush down, maybe even like do like so, just kind of give it a bit of movement so the leaves are not stagnant. I don't really like when leaves just kind of look as if they're not moving. They just look very boring to me. So I'm going to try and get some movement. Now, if you're painting over flowers, don't worry. It's absolutely fine to paint over the flower, and it actually makes it look more interesting to the eye when not everything is so perfectly, you know, in place. So I definitely wouldn't try to okay, gonna get a leaf here. All right, I think and maybe go in with some darker blue and just add some contrast to those leaves so they're not all so bright and, you know, vibrant. So you kind of give off a shadow as well. And then I think I'm just going to, I think my timer is almost done. I probably have very little bit left going. Just want to kind of make things a bit more opaque. Okay, I think I've got to stop now. So I'm going to leave it there. And that is the finished painting in